Dreamscape presents More Fool Me by C.L. Jennison, narrated by Rosie Akerman. Establishing intimacy. It was the murky early days of online dating, when people were still suspicious of the desperate few who met that way, intensifying the need for secrecy. It was difficult for her to remember not having instantaneous access to everything. But nobody did back then, and sending and receiving emails was a novelty rather than a chore or an intrusion. They had exchanged hundreds of them, then instant messages, then texts, before she finally agreed to meet him face to face in a remote pub car park without telling anyone else, against all the warnings about where was safe for young women to meet strangers. But he wasn't a stranger by then. The intimacy had been established and embedded through affectionate terms of endearments, and she wasn't afraid in the slightest. Quite the opposite, in fact. He was tall, dark, handsome, and well-built. Skinny men didn't do it for her at all, and wore designer labels, a black leather jacket and a black cap to their arranged rendezvous. A wolf in wolf's clothing. "Hello, m'lady," he said, grinning, using the title he had created for her, verbally branding her as his straight away. He was sexy as hell, and she knew immediately she was hopelessly infatuated. Their first date didn't end. Those first few hours merged seamlessly into several nights and days in a row. It happened as naturally as a developing photograph, their relationship gaining clarity with each passing moment until they were frozen in time, perfect forever. Or so she thought. She couldn't have been more wrong. A few years later, she finally fled from danger. From him. Yet she was still trapped within the fragile yet impenetrable shell of the person she had become. That he had made her. He had poisoned her life more effectively than arsenic. Descent into deceit. Chapter 1. January 2017. As I type the end, emotion bubbles up within me, and tears well in my eyes. I stare at my decrepit laptop screen in a shocked trance, at the final page.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?